Nate, do you remember a little while ago we did a segment about one Mr. Tommy Robinson, real name Stephen Yaxley Lennon, that he was on trial on terrorism charges for being Tommy Robinson, essentially. Well, he's just been acquitted of any wrongdoing.
Oh.
Now, there we go. Tommy Robinson cleared of terror offences after not giving police access to his phone. Now, I think this is interesting, actually, a bit above and beyond just simply that it's Tommy, right? So one thing I think we have to say, unfortunately, every time we talk about Tommy, is yeah, he's on our side and he's but there are issues with his pro-Israel stance and whether he's a grifter and whether he's a civnat. I'm bored of saying all that.
Yeah. If you've watched any of the other videos, we said it a dime a dozen, and you can get the implication of what we think just from that. So
yeah,
and if you can't, that's a you problem, not us.
We don't like his Israel stuff and his civnat stuff, but still, broadly, he's on our side. Yeah. I think. Anyway, I don't even want to talk about it. Fine. What's interesting though is that this obviously sets a precedent, doesn't it? Because what he really got in trouble for was that he was going to leave the country. I think he was going on Eurostar, but he was certainly going in a car. They usually get you when you come back from a country. Usually, if you come back from a dodgy country like Russia or Iran, when you come back, they're like, we want a word with you. Okay. And they make you, even if you're someone like Callum, the ex-Lotus Eaters employee, they say, right, we're holding you under terrorism charges. Part of that is you have to give us access to everything that's on your phone or laptop. All your passwords, so that we can go in, have a look, make sure you're not a terrorist. We suspect you of something terrorist related. We want to check that our fears are ungrounded. Give us all your passwords, right? And you're not allowed to refuse them. If you say no, then they will charge you with a terrorist offence. That's a terrorist offence. They suspect you of a terrorist offence. You don't let them into your phone. You are now charged with terrorism offences. Okay.
It's mad, isn't it? It's a mad thing.
Pretty mad. Now, in the past, some people said no. I believe that Laura Southern and one or two others were stopped at UK airports, and they said, "No, I'm not giving you like an American, reasonable." It's like, no, I don't have to give you access to shit. No, it's a no. So the British authorities just simply put you on a plane straight back to the US. You're not actually charged for terrorism in a UK court, but you are immediately deported.
Right? And probably banned as well, I would imagine.
Probably banned, yeah. So when they stopped Tommy, he said, "No, I'm not letting you have access to my phone." Apparently, one of his arguments was, "I've got journalistic sources in there, and it's sort of my moral, professional responsibility to safeguard those sources." So, but for whatever reason, he said no. So they said, "Right, we're charging you with terrorism then. Terrorism, obviously minor terrorist offence." Now, when it went to court, it turns out, I'll paraphrase and make all this long story short. The police were just like clown shoes from start to finish. They didn't do the right thing. Like, you can't just stop anyone for any reason and insist access to their phone under terrorism charges. You have to have some sort of plausible reason to do it. That their reason was that he hadn't bought a ticket ahead of time or something, and that he was using a borrowed car. Neither of which is a crime. But they said together that's just suspicious to us.
Well, I think one of the primary statements from the police was, "Well, we're stopping him because he's Tommy Robinson and he's far right." Basically, right. It's like, well, we recognised him. It's like, right,
Yeah.
So you recognise them because he's been vilified in the media, and then you looked at other things. It's like, so if you didn't recognise him, you wouldn't. None of those sequence of events would have happened. So it's like that's just political persecution. Then,
right.
Like there's no difference. Like that's like Gestapo shit. That's mad. That's like wrong think. And the police are so retarded. They don't like. I wouldn't trust them with nuances of these kind of things. Like that, to me, it just shows they're so ideologically captured now. Like that's terrifying.
Yeah, and in court, Tommy's defense people ripped it apart. I mean, to the point where he's completely cleared of any wrongdoing, because essentially, it boiled down to the police had found Tommy Robinson guilty of being Tommy Robinson.
Yeah, that's
what it was.
That's mad, isn't it? That's mad. And he's not. He's very milk toast, man. Like that's bad. That's so bad.
Yeah.
I can't believe. I mean, I can believe it, but it just goes to show how far everything's fallen. I mean, that's dreadful. That's truly dreadful stuff.
I mean, so that's why I think this decision is actually really quite an important one. It transcends Tommy, in my opinion, because what it shows is that still, at least, just about in 2025, just about that doesn't fly. That you can't just arrest someone and charge them with terrorism offences because they're a bit civnat and you know they are. That's not enough. And the other precedent it sets, hopefully, I mean, fingers crossed, is that when the police say you have to give us access to your phone, you can say, no, I don't. I'll have my day in court. Charge me then. We'll see how that happens. We'll see what happens in court then. No, I'm not giving you that. No. Yeah, charge me then. Yeah, we'll talk about it in front of a judge. It's a no from me, bro. Does set that precedent, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it does, I guess, doesn't it? Yeah.
The only slight mitigating element of all of that is I'm pretty sure Tommy had shit hot lawyers.
What, paid for by Elon Musk?
Yeah. Or Ezra Levant or whoever. Yeah. He would have had high profile, super professional ones. And your average person who's not famous or got any money probably won't get that. But nonetheless, it's a nice precedent to say that if you're guilty of having a social media presence, even if you haven't, and you're suspected of being a civnat, that doesn't end up with you being in jail. That's nice to know, isn't it? At the very, very least. For now.